That sounded like we had something then. Welcome back. It's a new day. It's actually daytime. Cup of coffee, still cold, but it's time to work on the ski again. And today is the day that engine is gonna run. So without any further ado, I'm gonna finish my coffee. I'm gonna get stuck into it. All right. One start. And we're off to the races. That is my... Alright, what I'm going to do... there's no way I can film this where I'm not in the way, so I'm just going to pause the filming for a second. I'll get all these cables buttoned up, and then I'll come back and I'll give you a rundown. Alright, so really quickly, I've got everything roughly put back into place for the moment, just so I can hear this engine turn over, and I'm actually going to do a compression test too. I've got my earth back on the block there. I've got a battery set up here. So I'm just gonna hook the negative up to this. You should always do the negative as the last connection, and see what's gonna happen. And then if nothing catches on fire, then I'm gonna push the green start button and just see what we get. So let me set you up for that. All right, so we've got power. Let's see what happens. That is exciting. All right, let's I'll get my compression test out and we'll see what happens. I just want to check these cylinders, so let's do that quickly. You can probably tell I'm a bit more excited now. And I'll set the camera up so you can see what that says. So compression test is hooked up. Let's see how we go. So it's about 95 psi. My battery is a little bit flat, I think, which is not gonna help here. And also I could hear a little bit of a leak from the compression test. The other thing to obviously also test is leak down, but I don't have a leak down test. Leak down is just when the pistons are pressurized, how much pressure gets past them or compression gets past them. All right, next cylinder. So that's a bit over 85. So that 10 PSI difference. Lost my connection. Again. All right, so I've just shortened the distance. I think those jumper leads were just taking too much out of it. So I'll show you this in a second. That's amazing ingenuity right there. But I'll just see if this is any different. Actually, I'm just gonna, yeah. Ha! So much better. All right. See if we get any signs of life. Okay, we've got good spark. That sounded like we had something then. just going to wind back the throttle a little bit. Why is there nothing from there? I can get the ski to kick with fuel going straight down the throat of the carburetor. I've rehooked up all the lines. I've now got some fuel in the tank. But the carburetor wasn't picking up fuel. And I was like, what is going on here? I changed over the pulse line because the old one was petrified or perished. I pulled it off at the carburetor end, put my finger over the end, nothing. And I'm like, I don't understand. The engine has to be giving a pulse because it's turning over. This is that piece of tube. It's got that ribbit of tape on it. You might have been able to see it. That is blocked. That's how such a small thing can just throw, pardon the pun, a spanner in the works. So I've now cut myself a new bit of tube, which that works. I'm going to put that on, and I think we'll see some fuel coming into the carburetor now, because that pulse will be able to make the diaphragm work. Let's give it a go. All right, so I've just pushed that pulse line back on again. Let's see how we go. Try a little bit of fuel. So I just quickly took out my jets, gave them a quick blowout with air, a little bit of carb cleaner in one of them. It was blocked. So we'll just see how we go. I'll just wind the idle up a little bit. See what happens now. And it basically idled. Whew. Let's let the smoke clear and get out of here. I was just looking at the mess that came out of the exhaust on this thing. Kind of like following breadcrumb trails. And then I looked and I was like, huh, what is that? I would say that at some point a critter made some sort of home in there. Sorry, buddy. So I ended up taking out jet 1, jet 2, and then jet 3 just there if it'll focus, and giving them a clean. But that jet there was okay. This one here was not too bad, had a bit of crap in it, but this jet here was blocked. And I put some compressed air in it, nothing. And then I tried to avoid using any sort of carburetor spray, but in the end I had to. And as soon as I hit it with the carburetor spray, I looked down the throat of the carburetor. So I had the throttle plate open like that so I could see down inside it. I just saw a heap of gunk come flying out, and then I cleaned it out with the air compressor, and then I sprayed in some WD-40 just to try and neutralize the toxicity of that carburetor spray. So where does that leave us? Well, I, as you can probably imagine and see, am absolutely ecstatic. Yes, this is me ecstatic. That engine sounds good. I couldn't really believe that it idled straight off the bat like that. After overcoming the blocked pulse line that I changed over. I mean, I don't know why that's blocked, but hey, we're there. And then the blocked jet, it's running. And to be honest, that is a absolute mindset changer for me. Like I'm ready just to hammer out on this now, get it done. I've got parts coming, which is great. So we're just going to keep rolling with this one, and each week keep punching it out, and getting it done. So I hope this video was as enjoyable for you to see as it was for me to make, because that has certainly made my day. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.